Two women passed the Army's grueling 6-month infantry training course, making them the first British female soldiers whose main purpose is to kill the enemy at close quarters. All right, so I'm going to quickly debunk this, and then we'll move on, because there's not much to say. The UK is different from the United States. They do not have a lower standard for women. Now, the infantry training course is made for the average man. The pass rate for men is 80% on the first attempt and an additional 5 to 15 on subsequent attempts. So when men go into this course, 85 to 95% of them pass. It only has a 5% washout rate. You compare that to like the special forces that have like a 50% washout rate, or the SEALs that have like a 75% washout rate. This has a 5% washout rate. This is fucking easy. Any man who's in decent shape will pass this course. 95% clear rate for men. Two women passed. Not 2%, two.
And despite that, listen to this from the article. The Ministry of Defense estimates only 4.5% of female Army recruits could pass infantry physical tests, but it could face multi-million-pound legal action if women suffer career-ending injuries, difficulties giving birth, or miscarriages as a result of infantry training.
Yeah, I've seen this happen to these women who try to be all high-speed, oorah. They end up destroying their bodies because they don't have the dense muscle fibers, the thick bones. They don't have the hormone of the gods, and they end up getting injured, and then they're done. And then they end up getting disability. And it's just, even if like right now, so I'm not, look, these women who passed, good for them. It's the 4%. 4% of women are about as good, if not slightly better, than the average man. So we're talking about an infantry course that has a 85 to 95% clear rate for men. This isn't hard. This is something that the average man should be able to do. So these two women who graduated are better than 5% of men. Now that's good. That's good. Like 5% of men on the kind of middle left of the bell curve these women are better than them. I'm not even going to assume, like, unlike the Ranger School shit, where there was blatant favoritism and double standards and they gave them chances and pushed them through, I'm going to give them the benefit of doubt and say none of that happened. These women legitimately passed this course. And I can say that because 85 to 95% of men also passed this course. So it's not even significant. Like, at least with Ranger School, it actually is hard. Like, if you look up videos of what Ranger School looks like, it's fucking hard. It has like a 50% washout rate. 50% compared to like a 5% washout rate. That is hard shit. So the fact that women passed Ranger School, you knew that was bullshit. But look, these women are fine. They're on the higher end of the bell curve. What's dumb, and what I'm so sick of hearing, is so two women passed this infantry class or this infantry school, and they are about as good as the average man. They're far more susceptible to injury. They cannot perform under pressure. They're probably going to get pregnant and if they become infertile because of the strain on their body, they're going to get massive disability and they're going to bankrupt your military. And all this is so that women can be like, see, women can do it too. No, they can't. The exceptions do not disprove the rule. Women in general cannot do this. Two women does not disprove the other fucking 99.9% of the women. Like, yeah, there was Mary Curie won a Nobel Prize before feminism. And yet women in general don't like STEM. They don't thrive in the STEM fields despite Mary Curie. There's always the exceptional woman. There's always the high bell curve, highly masculine, usually autistic lesbian who can do what men do. Like, there's a spectrum. There are autistic lesbians who are very masculine, who are very high on the bell curve, that does not think, just because they're this high on the bell curve, essentially trans man, doesn't mean that women in general can do this or will do this in general. You have to have 51% of women could do this, then I'd say you have a point. But when two women do it, that doesn't mean shit.
TFM, please play the Haman, We Real Men Need It. Shout out to all real men with dicks and balls out there. Gimme me muscle icon in the chat.
All right, well, I can't deny the waifu, so here you go.
The hormone of the gods.
Anyway, so not much to say. It's just, look, I'm not taking away from the accomplishments of these two women, but it's like these people who say that, oh, just because girls are smarter than boys between 11 and 13. Prior to age 11, when they test IQs of children at age 7, boys and girls have roughly the same IQ. Boys are like 1 or 2 points higher. That's because boys, due to testosterone, have a larger cranial capacity and slightly larger brains, but it's within the margin of error. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that prior to puberty, boys and girls are basically the same. They have interchangeable IQs. Nothing wrong with that. But then puberty hits. Girls start puberty at 11, boys start puberty at 13. Between 11 and 13, girls have slightly higher IQs than boys, by about 5 points. And then after 13, boys start puberty. By 17, they've leapfrogged past the girls, and they beat girls by 5 points, and they're never caught again. After that, it's over. Women never catch up. Men are just always smarter than them forever. Now, again, there's our exceptions. There are dumb men, there are smart women. But on average, men are smarter than women. It's just the way it is. Now, pointing at the children between 11 and 13, where the girls are smarter than the boys, proves nothing. It doesn't prove anything. Because it doesn't matter. Even like there might even be some really smart women who are like a very small percentage. That doesn't prove anything. Pointing to the 1% does not disprove the 99%. It's like saying, well, Yao Ming's really tall, so I guess Asians aren't short. Well, they are, actually. Yao Ming is just the exception. If you go to China, actually, George, is 7 feet normal in China? Being 7 feet tall, is that just a thing in China?
No, it's like a abominable snowman mutation
What?
level. Asians.
But Yao Ming is tall. If Yao Ming is tall, then clearly Chinese people are just really tall. I mean, Yao Ming proved that Chinese people are just as tall as anyone else.
Well, to those with really strong in-group preference, they'll think that way.
Yeah, it's just... Anyway, we're going to move on.
I'm around 5'9" average in the US at best, above average height in China, but average over here at best.
Yeah, 5'9", I think that's above average in China. Oof.
America's Vice President Mike Pence has a policy. He's never alone with another woman unless his wife is with him. He doesn't attend parties where alcohol is being served without his wife. Pence caught a lot of guff for enforcing this somewhat prudish policy. Some even accused him of being sexist, refusing to be left alone with other women. But with the carnage and mayhem that was the Brett Kavanaugh nomination, an epidemic of false rape accusations across American college campuses, the cult of Me Too, and the outright criminalization of normal male behavior, Vice President Pence's policy is starting to look very wise, even clairvoyant. Every man in America could stand to learn a lesson or two from our Vice President. Be smart. Buy this handbook and learn to practice the Pence Principle. Defend yourself, your career, your family, and your life from the false accusations of weaponized women today and into the future. Purchase The Pence Principle by Randall Bentwick.
John, I hate to be the one to break the news, but your wife has filed for divorce. But why? I don't understand. She says you're a bad husband, abusive, and violent. But that's not true. I've never raised a hand to her in my life. It doesn't matter, John. She's claiming you're abusive and violent and is trying to divorce rape you. The courts will most likely award her your house, its contents, as well as most of your money.
It is the order of this court that Mrs. Smith receive 100% of the marital home and its contents, as well as 75% of your savings. I should also point out to you that the only reason I am leaving you with any money at all is so you don't claim welfare and become a burden on the state. I order you to vacate yourself from the marital home within 30 days. This court is adjourned. All hail the mighty vagina.
Welcome to The Casual Architect, a website for young architects and the young at heart. We sell models for towers, music boxes, even elephants for the children. Get excited for building puzzles which will capture your imagination at a fraction of the price of other building toys such as Legos. Check out the website The Casual Architect to see their selection of puzzles and models, and start your journey today.
War. War never changes. In the current year, women have declared war on men. Men are not only guilty until proven innocent, but they are not even allowed to prove their innocence. In response to this warfare waged by women, known as feminism, men have sought refuge with waifus, artificial women able to satisfy a man's need for love and sex. Retailers like the Dollhouse began to spread, bringing waifus to men everywhere, freeing them from the enslavement of feminism. Get your waifu today from thedollhouse.com or dc.dollhouse.com if you're in the United States, before they're banned by feminism so they can control men once more. Go to thedollhouse.com and dcdollhouse.com to find your waifu today, before it's too late.